Hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. You got the Greenwood and Alone show here. I've got the Rawley along as well.
I'm just the add-on.
It's the add-on. West Ham, first game of the season. The season's just gone like that, hasn't it? From pre-season to now. Only about 4 or 5 weeks ago we were talking about playing against Liverpool. That seems mental, to be brutally honest with you. We're going to talk about the 1-11 against West Ham next Saturday. This is filmed before any transfers were announced, so if there has been any transfers, obviously put them in with what we think as well. So get your comments in below. Let's start with the goalkeeper now. Ordinarily, we would say Martin Dubravka will be straight in. He'll be the number one, but he's injured, so who's coming in?
You would think it'll be Darlow, but judging from what the friendlies are, you would probably go along with Darlow. I think it is now certain that Gillespie will be third choice. But, you know, Gillespie's here, you want to fight for that second position, so I wouldn't say it's 100% nailed down for Darlow, but you're probably talking high 8% mark, so I think Darlow will get the nod.
I think he will as well. I think he has been the number 2 for a consistent while. I think Gillespie knows what he's doing in terms of being the number 3. He's just there if we're injured. So we'll see what happens with that one. Are we both in agreement with 4-2-3-1 as the formation?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah? Fantastic. That makes things a lot easier. So left back we'll start with. Now, we have recorded this on the day that Jamal Lewis has had a bid accepted, haven't we, from Norwich City, £30.5, £40 million. He's a potential that could be in, but if something happens, could be somebody else.
Is it Ruggiero?
Another player that reported has been a fee agreed. It just depends on who Newcastle want to go with. But Sam, left back, are we going to put our necks out line and go Jamal Lewis? Or are we going to? You are?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I think that's a cracking bit of business if it does come off. One of the very few bright sparks in Norwich's poor season. He would have been at the top of my list for a left back, actually, Jamal Lewis. So I'm quite surprised we've got him.
That's if Dummett's fit as well.
Again, I was just about to say that.
There is that. Otherwise, it's going to be Mankio or Yedlin.
Yeah, for sure. But I was just going to say that you talked about this on the way down when we met up with Sam. Jetro Willems. Now we had this argument, me and Sam are slightly in the same camp, where he's in a different camp. You would rather have Jetro Willems if he was available. I know it's slightly off topic, but I'm going to put the question out to you guys. Would you rather have Jamal Lewis at £13.5 million, younger, already had Premier League experience, or would you rather have Jetro Willems, who's played at Newcastle, slightly cheaper, but has had the injuries?
I know, but Jetro Willems is the better player for me. Jamal Lewis is your buying potential. How long do you want to wait for potential? Willems is better defensively. Willems also can chip in with goals. Jamal Lewis is still in the making. I think Willems is ready. I don't think Willems will go to another level. I think he's at his peak of what he can perform. I think that peak is enough for us. So I would probably go with Willems for me.
Get your comments below. Me and Sam have talked about this, and we think Jamal Lewis is better than that, isn't it?
The thing is with Willems, is he going to play 38 games a season? No. Is he tried and tested in the back four? No. Don't get me wrong, in an ideal world I'd want them both. Because, well, we need two. We need 2 wing-backs, because if an injury does happen, then you've got Yedlin or Mankio at the left again, which don't work, or you've got to move Dummett, who's now a solid centre-back for me. You're moving him out of position again. But we'd all love to see Jetro back in the black and white, we all would, but I don't know, I just think Jamal Lewis is a safer option. I think you are buying potential, but he has got good proven ability as it is now.
Yeah, for sure. There was obviously Liverpool had a bid rejected for him as well, so Liverpool just won the league. So it's
not that bad.
Exactly, it's a good discussion point. 2 centre halves. I'm going to put 2 centre halves out there, and I'll see if Lee and Sam agree. I'm going to go with Lascelles and Fernandez. Does anybody disagree with that?
Yeah, Lascelles missed out the Stoke game because obviously he's daft enough to get the red card, but yeah, I think he will start. I think it will be Fernandez. We've got a bit of a centre back issue against the Stoke game where Hayden had to play there, but yeah, both fit. You would expect both of them to play.
Do you agree, Sam?
Broadly, yes. I think it will be Lascelles and Fernandez, and that's probably the right thing to do because it's quite a quiet dressing room, I feel, that squad. So you need the voice on the pitch, but you need them voices on the pitch.
Right back, Sam, I'll let you talk about this one. I think it's probably going to be Javier Mankio, but obviously looking at the pre-season games, he has played a little bit left back. I think at the Stoke game as well, he's played left back as well. So are you concerned that he's had to play left back a few times, or do you think he's so comfortable playing either right back or left back that he should be fine if he is selected at right back next week at the London Stadium?
I wouldn't say he was comfortable at left back, but he's probably the most versatile out of the 3. The fact is, he's the best of the bad bunch, and it's an area of the field where we've got quantity, not quality. So,
who's he up against? What would be Yarmolenko with it?
possibly
Lanzini potentially. You've got
The thing is with West Ham, they're like us. They have so many injuries, and you don't really know what you're ever going to get with West Ham.
Yeah, Antonio has a chance if he gets put on that right hand side potentially, or that left hand side, depending on how West Ham go.
I think it will be Manquillo one way or another. He will be playing bar injury, but because he's the more versatile out of the three, that's what makes him get shifted out to the left. But all being well, he'll be right back. But it's an area of the squad where it does need improvement, but it's probably slipped down the priority list with the need for a striker. No Rose, no Willems, so we need the other wing sorted. So it's one of them where I think we'd have liked to have strengthened in an ideal world, should a T word have happened. But it didn't, so here we are, and we've got Manquillo still.
So it's going to be Manquillo, Lascelles, Fernandez, and we're going to stick our neck out at Jamal Lewis. And the two in midfield just sitting in front of the back four. Is it the West Ham fan, John Joe Shelby Lee, or is he going to be fit?
No, I think if Shelby's fit, he'll play. Creativity from deep. We don't really have a proper number 10 further forward, in my opinion. But yeah, Shelby, he loves playing West Ham. He always seems to come good against them. So
Scored last season, free kick.
Yeah, West Ham lad as well. Yeah, I'll go for Shelby if he's fit. Yeah, definitely.
Next to him is Isaac Hayden. I still think he's the number one player in midfield on the team sheet for me, even above Shelby as well.
Yes, he should be. The problem is he's now entering the final 12 months of his contract. Will he be fit? And it is going to be the start of another contract saga. It's going to be the Matty Longstaff sequel. Isaac Hayden. Will he sign again, or are we after going to, let him go? Which would be such a shame if we had to let him go because he's quality. How he's still not in that England squad, I do not know. But I agree with you. He's the first name on the team sheet for me.
So Hayden and Shelby now. The three going forwards now. This is interesting because Ryan Fraser says he's not going to be match fit, so that's why he's not going to be in our starting 11. You're probably looking at that Manchester United game, maybe even the Burnley game, if you're being very optimistic for him being fit for Newcastle in the future. But the first player on that team sheet was probably the form player post lockdown, and that is Alan Saint-Maximin. Lee, would you have him on the left or the right? Where do you think he is better for Newcastle?
It's a tough one because he wants to play for the middle, but I don't think he will. I think it'll be left or right, but Sam says right, I'll say left.
No, I say left.
You say left as well?
Yeah, I will say left. But
he's agreeing with us now.
I will say left if the argument is for him playing on the right is he has a good relationship with Manquillo, better than what he did have with Rose, but could he strike up a partnership down that left-hand side with Jamal Lewis? Time will tell. But the thing is, they'll switch and interchange, and you'll get sometimes Miggy will be out on the left, sometimes ASM will be on the left, sometimes the third person will be out on the left.
Zabaleta's not playing. Same he's moved on.
Yeah, no, he's finished now after that.
I'll let you have the deciding choice on this, Lee. Where would you want to see?
I'm going to say him left. Alan Saint-Maximin, you cannot read him different directions, a bit like Sam reading sat-nav.
Leave that one for another day. On the opposite side, who goes in on the opposite side? Because Miguel Miron, I think, is better as a number 10.
Yeah.
But you talk about the fluidity. Where do you think that right-hand side will be given to?
It's between two. So what will either happen, I think, it'll either be Miggy on the right with Sean Longstaff in the 10, or what I think will happen is Miggy will be in the 10 and you'll have Jacob Murphy start.
Jacob Murphy, that's a big shout. Why do you think he'll get the nod?
Had a look in pre-season a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah, looked good. Well, I said good. He was out the door, wasn't he? He's gone away, worked hard, had a great stint at Sheffield Wednesday, scored 9 goals. Would actually get you 9 goals in the Championship? No. Would Rolando Aarons? Probably not. He's gone away, worked hard, done well, and I think we all want to see him succeed because he is one of us. He's a Newcastle fan, so he's kind of earned his second chance. And Fraser's not fit. So unless Sean gets the nod in the number 10, as I say, and Miggy goes out wide, I think Bruce will be inclined to.
I don't like Almiron on the right though.
No, I don't. That's why I think that's what will probably.
I think it's a waste. He works hard, but he doesn't get on the ball much.
No, he is better in the 10, which I think is what will swing it ultimately, and I think you'll see Jacob Murphy start.
Do you agree, Jacob Murphy who wasn't even anywhere near the team sheet last season, will get the nod against West Ham. But moving into that number 10 then, that fits perfectly for Miguel Almiron. And against teams like West Ham, you want to see Miguel Almiron making that difference, and perhaps Newcastle go from 0 points to 1 point, or 1 point to 3 points, and he has to be on form for Newcastle to win this game.
He needs a lot of the ball, so I think that's why Bruce is going 4-2-3-1 since post-lockdown. Obviously West Ham have a lot of off-field problems themselves. The captain will play in that role. He's been outspoken, so if we get Almiron on the ball, make Noble not going to do running, no chance. So yeah, Almiron number 10 all day long.
And then got the striker. So Dwight Gale, of course, is out for, let's just say, 3 months after his operation.
Carroll will want to start that against West Ham.
It has to be Carroll, surely.
He'll want to, just for personal reasons as well. He'll be on Bruce's front door. I don't think he'll play the full 90 mind.
No, he never. You
I think
won't get 90 minutes. You might get 60, 70 minutes out of it.
And then Joe Linton, obviously, because he's played against Stoke, he's not fully fit, but I think it will be Carroll, mate.
Would it be Callum Wilson?
Again, Callum Wilson, will he be thrown straight into it?
No, I think he'll start with Muto. No, this is the thing, you can't rely on him. And I love Carroll, and in the keep sell loan, I said I would keep Carroll because I kind of like having him around, and I can't see him anywhere else. But I don't know, if Wilson's fit to play and we get him, he starts for me.
But does Bruce start him though? That's what we're trying to figure out. I don't think Bruce will start him.
He's got it because Carroll's your option off the bench, isn't he?
I think start Carroll, and then whoever comes on, if Callum Wilson is, or if it's Joe Linton, I think Carroll will start.
No, I would do the opposite.
I would, but I think Bruce will go Carroll.
But again, if you're paying £20 million for a striker, or 25, or whatever it is in add-ons,
short change for a striker.
And add-ons, it might be short change, but for Mike Ashley it's not short change, or Lee Chalmers it's not short change. Does he go, well, you're paying that amount of money, he has to start?
It's a good argument, but I just think the way pre-season started, Carroll's effectively played a big chunk of it. Joe Linton, is he fully fit? No, because he's had to self-isolate, and he's played the Stoke friendly. Does make sense for Joe Linton to start.
So it's going to be fascinating. That's our team. So it's going to be Carl Darlow in goal. Right back, Javier Manquillo, Jamal Lascelles and Federico Fernandez at centre half, with Jamal Lewis at left back. Midfield of Shelby and Hayden. The three going forward. ASM on the left, Jacob Murphy on the right, with Miguel Almiron in the middle, and it's Andy Carroll that just about gets a nod up front. But again, with all those signs potentially coming in, who knows, shall we say, who knows with Newcastle United. But yeah, get your comments in. Do you agree with us? If those new signs come in, do they all come in straight away? What about the argument for Dan Barlaser, Sean Longstaff, Matty Longstaff? Again, are they going to be all fit for the game? Who knows? But like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you at the game against West Ham on Saturday.